All right. Good morning. So we're here with Jessica Goguen. Jessica, I'm so excited to have you with us today on the Oasis Show.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, it's great to have you. So tell us a little bit. Now, you and I have known each other for years. You've been involved with the Oasis program since the very first time we expanded to Moncton back in 2015. But tell us a little bit about who is Jessica and what do you do?
You're right. We did meet over 5 years ago now, and I have a service-based business in Moncton, New Brunswick. So I'm based out of the Moncton area. I'm a master nail artist and national educator, and so I provide just glamorous nails for clients, and also offer professional nail education to distributors, students, and beauty schools in the Maritimes and beyond.
Awesome. Awesome. So obviously, in this time of that we call COVID-19, your business has been significantly impacted because you were one of the services that, are, even though for some of us, it might be essential, it's not really deemed essential, in the public safety standards, but
Who knew?
right, right. It's going to be so essential after the fact. But how was your business? How did you run your business, or how was your business before COVID as we knew it?
Very busy, thriving, basically a day-to-day operation. So the business was a little over 5 years old. And so at that point, things were usual, things were normal, things were bustling in the salon environments. Teaching almost monthly, and so very busy.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you say teaching, you were teaching, other up-and-coming estheticians.
Right, up-and-coming estheticians in beauty schools, and also nail technicians, taking their nail technicians program, diploma programs in schools. And also some salon spas, and working closely also with the beauty distributors locally and beyond.
Okay, wow. So yes, very busy then. Very busy.
Very intense schedule of in-salon work and traveling to teach.
Yeah. So take us back to, it's hard to believe it's been a month, since all the businesses started, all of a sudden, COVID-19 hit, and I can remember where I was when I really started, thinking, oh my gosh, like this is like things are starting to be canceled in schools and stuff like that. So take us back to, where you were and your reaction of realizing that you had to close your business temporarily.
I remember being aware, excuse me, of this virus and the severity of the virus, but it's when the global pandemic occurred that I realized that it was going to affect my business, and I was concerned. I was really concerned, not only for my business, but for my clients' well-being, and also in my environment where I also work with 2 other self-employed nail professionals and estheticians. I was concerned about everyone's safety. But it wasn't until the economy started to shut down, if you will, or the province closed the non-essential services in the province, that I really realized that this was very serious. And there was sort of a silver lining in that decision, because for days leading up to that, I was constantly in problem-solving mode. And I think I'm a good problem solver, but this was something like I'd never experienced before. So in a way, when the when our government decided to close our non-essential services as being a salon service, it was like there was a bit of a weight lifted off my shoulders that, okay, I can close the doors without feeling every day having that sense of urgency and panic. And what do I do? Do I close without having that push?
Right.
So there was a silver lining there, and I was a bit relieved when that occurred, because when I decided to shut my business, I knew that there were others in my industry that were still working, and so I was really concerned. And this happened in the amount of days. This wasn't weeks. So there was a bit of relief as well.
Mm-hmm. So when you say, in the days leading up to before the state of emergency was declared, and, we kind of were all, businesses closed or, pivoted to, delivery or things like that. When you say you were in problem solving mode, what were some of those things that you were doing, to kind of, change your business or, in your day-to-day activities?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you, after the first week of panic, and just anguish and just frustration and some anger too. So after I got over that, I really started to problem solve in any way that I could, and that was just to reach out. So I tried to reach out as best I could, and the only channel I really had at the time was online. I went online looking for answers, looking for anything, looking for some advice, looking for someone else to tell me what to do, looking for an inspirational quote. I mean, I just went online and I just wanted answers. I didn't know what that was at the time, but as the weeks went on, organizations, associations, even my own cosmetology association, everyone was on board. Everybody wanted to contribute. Everyone wanted to do something and share and help business owners, help salons. So I just attended as many webinars as I could. And it actually started, one of the pivotal ones for me in pivoting my business in such a big way was actually through the first guest speaker on the NBC Oasis show with Heather McDonald. Because after Heather's presentation, I reached out to her personally, and we had a 1-hour conversation that was very instrumental in my business, and I thank her big time. So if you're watching, thank you, Heather. She really was instrumental in how I could pivot the business quickly without overthinking it.
Right.
So,
and Heather did talk about that, right? She talked about her whole piece of advice that day was refocusing. And I remember you watching and asking, and a lot of times it's hard for you as a master nail artist and an educator, to say, but how can I refocus, right? What can I do? So what were some of those things that you had to do to refocus when you know that you can't go in and serve your client?
Yeah. One of the things that I thought immediately, even before talking with Heather, but in speaking with Heather, she just was able to give me that big push that I needed. She confirmed that some of my ideas were creative and that they were strong and that they were possible. So I just decided to think of creative ways on how I could still serve my clients without, having that physical one-on-one interaction. And of course you would think that's impossible, right? But there's still things that you can do. So one of the things that I implemented was an e-gift card strategy right away. And so I actually customized my online booking text reminders to share or to welcome clients if they are able to purchase e-gift cards, gift certificates online. Here's the link. And also inviting them to share with me things that they need or things that I can help them with. So that was just done very quickly. Like, how can I pivot right now so that I have time to think about other things later. Because even when I closed the salon, or my service in the salon, there were still appointments booked. There were still days filled with clients. And so I had to try to pivot really quickly. And one point of contact that I have immediately that is automatic is through an online booking. So I was able to reach out to them that way and pivot the business that way. And also implement a retail product curbside drop-off strategy as well. Okay. So how can I, if I cannot service my clients with the products at the salon, how can I get those products in the client's hands? So that was another strategy that I implemented. So I came up with 3 promotions. A being a basic home care nail kit, 2 having a lotion and a scrub, 3 it had more. So for someone that just wanted to maintain their nails at home, there was a solution. So I tried to give them at home retail solutions that they could feel really good about, even if I wasn't there pampering them myself. Right. And that would also establish or reestablish a connection that we had lost because of the appointments.
And how was that received by your clients? I mean, did you, first of all, my first part of my question is, when you reached out to clients saying, hey, guess what, my services have to shut down because of, this, a lot of people, may have reacted negatively to that. But then when you were able to pivot and refocus, how did they take to, or, what was their reaction to, you continuing to serve them by these options? Like, how did you find your clients, met with your kind of your pivot thing?
So welcoming. In fact, the first week that I implemented those strategies, it first started with the gift card promotion, and then it went on to retail. But I was actually really surprised at the end of that week when I looked at my reports that clients were purchasing the gift card. So I was like, okay, so that gave me the motivation to keep going and just, okay, well, this worked. So what else can work? But in implementing those strategies and pivoting really quickly, they felt cared for. They were incredible. Some of them reached out to me personally and asked me, what can I do? We can never underestimate our clients. They're the most generous. They're the most helpful, especially when you build a clientele in such a close proximity with my type of nail care and pampering service. You really develop such a strong connection and friendships with your clients, and so all clients were just kind of wanting to do something and help.
Right.
So that was really encouraging.
Yeah. And I want to say, you mentioned your association, your cosmetology association, and I'm not in that association, and so I'm kind of really outside that industry, but I've been really seeing, I have a family member who is a hairstylist, and he's been sharing some things, and I really see how they really stepped up to help the salons and to help their members, and really kind of encourage you all to keep connected with your clients, but not step outside the boundaries of kind of going like underground and still offering those services, and really keeping with public health guidelines and standards, and kind of all joining forces and saying we're going to wait. Right? How important was that to you that your association did that?
It was essential, because to me, I really do support our Cosmetology Association of New Brunswick, and not all provinces in Canada have one. So I actually feel that we are very lucky here in New Brunswick, and the association acts primarily to support clients first. So I love their mandates, and one of the things that they did was reach out to all of their members immediately, and they kept doing so with constant updates. So that to me was really important, because then we knew collectively how to proceed at all times. So it was critical. It was very important, and they did a great job.
Yes, they certainly did. So what, if there's, the Oasis program services, and supports, all kinds of businesses, and we have lots of people that watch, the Oasis show now. What advice would you give to any small business owner, any entrepreneur, not just in your industry, but in any industry? What advice would you give them as we face, another, 2 weeks, a month, we don't know how long, as, in our businesses? What advice would you give to those people right now?
I actually have a number of little gold nuggets, and I'm so passionate about small business and about supporting small business, and especially supporting women entrepreneurs. So I had to write them down.
Absolutely.
So if you don't mind, I'll just refer to my list.
Yep.
Okay. So one of the things, and this sort of list comes collectively from the many webinars that I've attended with various organizations locally. And so one of the things that I would say would be to get a financial hold immediately. Stop the bleeding. Okay, which means make sure that you reach out to all of the creditors and defer payments as much as you can. Make arrangements that fits for you. Okay, but you have to stop the bleeding right away. There's and as you keep digging into those things, you may realize that there are automatic payments that you didn't even realize that were coming. So stop the bleeding now.
Right. That's a good one.
Yeah, access government emergency funds if you see fit. If you're able, one thing that really helped me was to recreate my workspace at home. So I was actually in the process of renovating a home office, if you will. Well, that happened a lot sooner. So I took a room in the home. I created a desk, a very, a comfortable desk space with, some really nice quotes, set up a printer, basically set up a home office on one side, and literally brought the entire salon, not the entire salon, minus a couple of things like a petty bed and chairs, but I brought all of my nail supplies and equipment home and set it up on the other side of this room so that I could still feel creative, that I could still feel inspired, that I didn't lose my workspace. So for me, that's been really, really helpful in not losing that. Also, for me, what's been very helpful is to keep some of your routines alive. So, one thing that I love is actually being able to spend more time with my darling. So we get to spend more time together because both of us are entrepreneurs. So there's not a lot of time in every day to see each other. So we are actually enjoying that. Yeah. But also keeping my running schedule alive too, and keeping in contact with those clubs or associations that you're a part of, whether it be sports, whether it be creative, painting, etc. So keep those routines alive. Other things would be one very essential thing, I think, is to keep supporting your clients or your employees. It's really time to step into that leadership role now more than ever. And so be the lifeline, over communicate if you want. I think that's really important. If you're used to getting together in meetings face to face, now you can do it virtually. Right. Keep that communication alive. Keep that communication strong. And your clients may also help to inspire you in ways that you never thought of. When I decided to reach out to my clients, they inspired me as well in things that they wanted or things that they were looking for. So, tap into that resource as well. Your clients will help you that way. Think of creative ways that you can pivot your business online. And that does take some thinking, but at this point, you can brainstorm because we have time. So brainstorm on ways that your business can pivot online.
Mhm.
You know, from
And
service to.
and a good point to that, and somebody that you and I both really enjoy listening to is Rick Nicholson. And that Rick Nicholson always makes a point of that, right? To and if you're feeling lost, and it's not that you are going, it's not about stealing somebody else's idea. It's about watching and saying, wow, they're doing that in their business. How can I tweak that to make it fit to mine, right?
Exactly.
So it's not about stealing. It's just more about pivoting and being able to use someone else's idea in a different way in your business. So
You got it. You
yeah.
got it. And that's what I'm finding out too, as I'm reaching out to connect with other industries, other business owners, other speakers, facilitators. They're giving me ideas on how I could potentially implement those things, things I'd never thought of, before. So absolutely. Another thing that really helped me as well is to just get in the know. We have some phenomenal local organizations. If you don't mind, Clarissa, I'll just mention them.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
We have the Greater Moncton Chamber of Commerce. They have an incredible lineup of free webinars and other webinars. Their emails are phenomenal, really packed full of great information. Also, the Women in Business, the BDC as well, and the CBDC. Of course, the MBCC Oasis program that I absolutely adore and love. Also, in my line of work, there's an organization called Inspiring Champions. And it is a phenomenal organization that help beauty professionals succeed in their businesses and in their careers. They have got the most incredible lineup every Monday now that inspires the beauty pro. That could be hairstylists, makeup, nails, and any beauty professional. They have this incredible lineup of professionals that can help inspire us, from celebrity guests to accountants. Okay, so they are great. So just get in the know, reach out to your mentors, reconnect with people. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Like, unless you were born in 1902, you might have the answers because you've lived through a couple of these things, but
that's right.
I have not. And so this is new to me too. And I am pushing myself out of my comfort zone. I am being vulnerable. I mean, I'm, reaching out, asking people, but that's also giving me a chance with this downtime to do the things that I have always wanted to do, like look to creating a website. How many of us have always wanted to create that website? Right. Now you have time.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But another thing is that, you know what? If you want to get out of business, you want to get out of nails, now's your time. Right. Now's your time to get out of something. If it's bringing you down, if you absolutely hate your career right now, it's giving you time to do it. Pivot. Okay.
That's silver lining, right? And
that's
I have to say that there, when we, kind of went online as well and took our services online, which is, as you know, is mainly in person. There's no shortage of support now and resources, whether it's through the chamber or BDC, like you say, or the CBDCs now are doing webinars and things like that. Now is the time as well. We hear so many business owners saying, I don't have time, right? And they don't have time to step out and work on their business while they're still working in their business. But now so many are not working in their business, or they don't have to go into their bricks and mortar location now. So it allows them more time. And like you say, all these webinars, you can be watching them at 9 in the morning or 9 at night. There's so
Which
much
I have.
yeah, there's so much support, right? We can be, the other day I listened to a webinar while I was cooking supper or folding laundry. We have lots of time, yes, I know that there's entrepreneurs out there that have small children at home and, with schools being closed. But the resources are certainly there. So those were all really great points that you made, and the organizations that you listed, absolutely. And you reach out, and I'm always saying find your tribe. Reach out, have coffee, you know, a virtual coffee, you know, or just pick somebody's brain, even if it's, you know, through text, right?
Absolutely. And I have done all of that.
Yeah.
And it's been fantastic. Again, we're talking about a silver lining amidst, an absolutely difficult, unprecedented time.
Yeah.
So, you know, it may just be in my personality to want to focus on the positives and the things that I can do. I mean, those tips are really just a tip on the iceberg. There's so much more. You can get involved in, you know, community and other things, you know, in terms of virtually, you know,
Yeah.
and how you can support your community with various donations and, you know, the, the most important thing that I guess I could offer is don't give up.
Mm-hmm.
When you find your tribe online, it's absolutely inspiring and epic in every way. My industry, the nail community online, has been nothing but incredible. It started with a little community of people just wanting to do little Facebook Lives every day for a couple of weeks. You know, nail art tutorials, application, disinfection, webinars. And then now it's become a global event. So we have hashtag World Nails Live, and it is a collection of nail professionals, nail icons, industry professionals, celebrity nail artists. I mean, really the best of the best, the cream of the cream. And they're doing a webinar every day as well, totally free.
That's awesome.
You know, so once you find your tribe online, like you said, once you reach out, you will find your tribe. You will connect with other people. We are literally all going through the same thing together. And I think I personally find strength in that, is that, you know what, I've had, you know, really crummy days, and other days I find a lot of inspiration, but I know that every day we're all in this together. I know that it will pass. We're not sure when, but all the more reason to reach out and, you know, to get acquainted with, you know, technology. And like you said, there was a time where I didn't have time to go online. I didn't have time to, you know, refocus my my Facebook or my Instagram, but now I do, and now I can learn. So I really am trying to use some of this time to do things that I've wanted to do. Amazing. You know. Yeah.
Well, Jessica, this has certainly been a glass half full kind of conversation. I've always appreciated your enthusiasm and your outlook, and just your positivity just radiates any room, but also Zoom now too. So thank you so much. I wish you the best of luck, and look forward to seeing you back at the in-person Oasis events and helping us support entrepreneurs.
I look forward to it. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.